Good day, I'm Eduardo Espinosa. Together with my group, Biernes and Pacheco, we'll be discussing geothermal power plant. But first, what is a geothermal power plant? So, from the name itself, geo means earth, thermal means heat. So, basically, geothermal power plant is a power plant that utilizes Earth's heat to produce energy or electricity. So, how does geothermal power plants does this? So, yung geothermal power plant, ini-extract nyo yung heat sa earth gamit by drilling steam wells. So, with this steam or wellbore product, also known as wellbore product, we can create a steam cycle. So, yung components ng geothermal power plant, same lang din siya sa typical as steam power plant. This means it has turbine, it also has condenser, generator, and pumps. Next is, ano nga ba yung types ng geothermal power plants? First is the dry or superheated steam. Yung, basically, this means lang yung nakukuhang wellbore product or yung nakukuhang steam dito is superheated. This means, sobrang tuyo na siya or vapor dominated. Since vapor dominated na siya, wala na siyang water. Pwede na siyang dumiretso sa turbine na nakakonect sa generator. So, after dumaan ng steam sa turbine, mag-expand yun, then magko-condense sa condenser. Then, yung na-condense na water naman, didiretso na siya sa reinjection wells para bumalik sa pinaka-source. So, basically, cycle lang siya. Sa separated steam or single flush naman, ginagamit naman siya pag yung wellbore product or yung pinaka-working fluid na nakukuha sa ilalim is a mixture of fluid, a mixture of gas and liquid, meaning may moist siya. So, since may moist siya, yung nakukuha nating wellbore product or working fluid, dadaan siya sa separator kung saan sineseparate doon yung liquid and yung steam or yung water and steam. Then, yung water na nakakolect, didiretso na siya sa reinjection wells para bumalik sa source. Yung steam naman, since steam na nga siya, wala na siyang moist, pwede na siyang dumaan sa turbine na nakakonect sa generator. Then, yung steam na dumaan sa generator, sa turbine, syempre mag-expand siya, then magko-condense sa condenser. Then, yung na-condense, babalik lang ulit siya sa reinjection wells. Next is double flush. Yung double flush naman, gamitin naman siya sa pag yung wellbore product or yung working fluid na nakuha sa ilalim is too moist, sobrang basa niya, na dahil doon kailangan natin gumamit ng dalawang separator or flusher. Isang separator, isang flusher. So yung working fluid dadaan sa separator, yung nakuwang water, pupunta siya sa flusher. Then yung steam naman, didiretso na siya sa high pressure turbine. High pressure dun sa turbine. Then yung sa flusher naman, syempre mainit pa rin naman yun yung tubig, ay yung working fluid. So may steam pa rin yun all the way. Then yung steam dun, kinokolect pa rin siya. Pinupunta naman, dumidiretso naman siya sa low pressure sa turbine. Then yung water naman na nakokolect dito or yung pinaka-liquid, pupunta na siya sa reinjection well. Then yung mga steam naman dumaan sa turbine, mag-expand yun sa condenser. Then yung mga na-condense na water or liquid, pupunta na siya sa reinjection well para ayun nga sa cycle. Tapos yung itong turbine na to nakakonect siya sa generator na nag-generate ng electricity. Sa single flush with pump well naman, ginagamit to pag yung pinaka-well is sobrang lalim or too deep. Dito lang, so gumagamit tayo ng pump para mag-add ng pressure dun sa pinaka-wellbore product para umangat siya. So basically, same lang siya sa single flush. Kaso meron lang siyang pump dun sa unahan niya, sa pinaka-source. Next is binary geothermal power plant. Dito naman sa power plant na to, gumagamit ng dalawang working fluid. Yung isa is yung wellbore product na nakukuha dun sa ilalim. Then yung isa naman is commonly feedwater. Dito dadaan sila sa heat exchanger kung saan nagpapalit sila ng heat. Ina-absorb ng feedwater yung heat na galing dun sa wellbore product. Then magiging steam yung iba dun. Then yung steam dun, dediretso na siya sa turbine. Then yung nag-release naman ng energy or yung medyo lumamig na wellbore product, babalik lang siya sa reinjection well. Then yung ito naman, yung steam na dumaan dun sa turbine, magko-condense yan kasi mag-expand siya. Then babalik lang siya sa heat exchanger. So next. So as a review, analysis of flash steam geothermal power plant. So dito na lang tayo mag-focus. So yung wellbore product or yung pinaka-steam or groundwater, dito siya magsisimula sa point 1. Yung mass doon is mass ng groundwater. Then dadaan siya sa isang throttling valve kung saan nililesen niya yung pressure bago pumunta doon sa separator. So from point 1, babawasan niya yung pressure, magiging point 2. Then yung mass pa rin siya ng groundwater. Yung mass ng groundwater, pupunta siya sa separator kung saan sineseparate natin yung water and yung steam. So yung mass ng steam, dito siya pupunta. Then yung mass ng water, dito siya pupunta sa point 6. Then yung mass ng steam, pupunta siya sa point 3 para pumunta na sa turbine. So pag dumaan siya sa turbine, syempre mag-expand siya. So mag-release na siya ng energy. Meaning, magkakaroon na tayong point 4 paglabas niya. So, yung from point 4, dadaan naman yung condensed or expanded steam dun sa condenser kung saan magko-condense siya. So, from this, mag-release siya ng energy, di ba? So, magiging water na siya or magiging liquid. From point 4 to point 5. Tapos, syempre, yung generator na nakakonect sa turbine, mag-generate yan ng energy. So,
ayan. Para sa mga formulas natin, ito ang TS diagram. Ayan. Ito yung point 1 natin, point 2, point 3, point 4, point 5, to point 6. Sa throttling process, ang process 1 to 2 natin is constant enthalpy. Ito yung formula, H1 is equal to H2 is equal to HF2 plus quality HFG2. Yan, para sa mass flow rate of steam and turbine naman, mass flow rate ng steam is equal to quality times mass flow rate of groundwater. Mass flow rate of groundwater naman is equal to mass flow rate ng steam plus mass flow rate of return water. Isentropic turbine work or power naman na lang. Equal siya sa mass flow rate ng steam times H3 minus H4. Indicated power of the turbine is IP is equal to isentropic efficiency times work turbine. Turbine work. Turbine power. Brake power is equal to mechanical efficiency times indicated power. Generator power output is equal to generator efficiency times brake power. Para sa overall plant efficiency naman, E is equal to kilowatt delivered over MGW or mass ng groundwater times H1. Pwede rin natin sabihin na E is equal to output over input, which is the output is the turbine work. Para sa heat rejected in condenser naman, QR is equal to mass flow rate ng steam H4 minus H5. Number of steam wells, yun lang. Mass flow rate ng groundwater over capacity per well. Yan, try natin solve ngayon ang sample problem number 1. The mass flow rate of groundwater in a 20 megawatt geothermal power plant is 150 kg per second and its enthalpy is 1000 kilojoules per kilogram. If the quality after throttling is 28% and the overall plant efficiency is 20%, what is the mass flow rate of steam entering the turbine? Ang hinahanap natin is mass flow rate ng steam. Missing yan. Na mag-proceed tayo sa mga given. Which is the water turbine, 20 megawatts. Sabi is, ayun doon geothermal power plant eh. And the mass flow rate of groundwater, given rin. Mass flow rate ng groundwater na 150 kg per second. And enthalpy natin is 1000 kilojoules per kilogram. Water quality is 28% and efficiency, power plant efficiency of 20%. Okay, break. Paano nga ba natin solve to? Kung titingnan natin ang gagamitin natin, kung titingnan or analyze natin ang formula ng efficiency, sabi dito is yan, kilowatt delivered, diba? Pero kasi ang formula talaga ng efficiency is output over input. Yan. Yung output natin yan, ang ano yan ay ang work turbine. Ang input natin is mg mass ng groundwater times enthalpy H1. Ngayon, ito kasi, kung be-breakdown pa natin to, makikita na MS is equal to MS times H, natin yung formula, H3 minus H4. Pero, since wala naman tayo kasing ibang given na enthalpy, we can assume na constant ang enthalpy natin sa buong cycle. So, H. So, para ma-solve natin yan, kailangan muna natin ng kunin ang input. Ito. Kunin natin yan. Para makuha natin yan, ito kailangan natin ng formula. So, input is equal to mass ng groundwater enthalpy. Ano yung mass ng groundwater natin? 150 times 1000. Cancel. 50 times 1000. 150,000. Ayun yung sagot natin. 150,000 kilojoules per second. Ayan, input natin. Next, kailangan natin naman makuha yung output. Ayun, tanong natin, ba't di natin ito ginamit? Diba? Kasi meron tayong power plant efficiency, which is ito. Para makuha natin yung actual output niya, kailangan natin mag-proceed dito. Kaya MS or is equal to MS wait yan. Para makuha natin yung output, kailangan natin mag-proceed sa formula na to. Correct ko lang ha. Itong efficiency formula ang gagamitin natin. Kaya magiging output or is equal to efficiency times input, which is 0.2 times 150,000 kilojoules per second. Okay. Kung times natin sa 0.2 yan, makuha natin is 30,000 kilojoules per second. Ayun, kompleto na. Kunin na natin ngayon ang MS gamit ang formula na to. Kaya diba ito? MS enthalpy. Gamitin niya na yan kasi assume na natin na constant yung enthalpy sa buong cycle. Magiging and then sunod, makita ba yan? 30 over ayun, 1,000. Cancel lang. 30 divided by 1,000. Ayan, 30 sagot natin. Kaya ang sagot natin ay 30 kg per second. Tingnan natin ngayon sa pinakamalapit na sagot is ay 28 kg per second. Kaya yun ang kukunin natin. Pero may mas madali tayong solution or ano dito. Diba sabi ko nga, E is equal to output over input. So, gagawin lang natin dyan. Dahil inassume nga natin na constant ang cycle para mapadali ang buhay natin. Ayan, output. Input. Anong formula ng output? Mass flow rate ng steam times enthalpy. Kasi, inassume na nga natin, di ba? Na constant. Yung enthalpy sa buong cycle. Ngayon, ang input natin is ayan lang din. Pwede natin siya i-cancel. Kasi, wala naman na yan eh. Hindi tatlo na lang nakatira sa atin. Ngayon, ayan na. Tapos, groundwater times E. Ano nga ng groundwater natin? 150 kg per second times 0.2. Try natin 150 times 0.2, 30. Diba? Same lang sila. Ito mas maikli lang kung na-analyze mo siya mabuti. Pwede mo siyang gawin. Ayan lang. Thank you. Ngayon, tatry naman natin i-solve ang sample problem number 2. Ito yung problem natin. In a geothermal power plant, the enthalpies of the groundwater and the turbine inlet are 1,500 kilojoules per kilogram and 3,500 kilojoules per kilogram, respectively. If the enthalpy of the hot water in the flush tank is 700 kilojoules per kilogram and the mass flow rate of steam is 15 kilogram per second, what is the mass flow rate of groundwater? Amazing natin is mass flow rate ng groundwater. At ang given natin ay H1, ayan. So, ang H3. Ang H3 ay 3,500. H6 ay 700. Tsaka mass flow rate na 15 kg per second. Solution natin, gagamitin lang natin yung formula ng throttling process. Ayan ay ang H1 is equal to H2 is equal to HF2 plus X2 HFG2. Ngayon, and try natin siyempre kunin natin to yung X2. Giging X2 is equal to H2 minus HF2. Yung HF2 pala natin ay ito H6 plus ang HG2 natin ito H is 3,500 para malinaw na sa atin yan. Ngayon H2 HG2 minus HF2. Ito galing to sa HFG2. Iniwalay lang natin. I mean, parang nasa yun. Pinagiwalay lang natin siya para mas breakdown lang natin. Para mas madali natin siyang isolve. Kasi ayun yung given natin X2 is equal to 1,500 minus 700 kilojoules per kilogram. And 3,500 minus 700 kilojoules per kilogram. Tanggal na agad yan. X2 natin ay magiging minus 1,500 minus 700 3,500 minus 700. Yan. Gusto natin ay 0.2857. Ngayon, ang kailangan natin ay yung mass ng groundwater. Kaya kailangan natin gamitin ang formula ng mass ng steam. Mass flow rate ng steam, which is mass flow rate is equal to quality times mass flow rate ng groundwater. Since yung kailangan natin is mass flow rate ng groundwater, ayan na, pinyalin na natin. Tapos, ang mass flow rate natin ng steam ay 15 kg per second. And 0.2857. So, 15 0.2857. Ayan, 52.5 kg per second. Which is letter A. So, yun, so try natin isolve ang sample problem number 3. Ito ang problem natin. In a geothermal area, the mass of the pressurized groundwater is 15 million kilogram per hour, which is throttled to increase the presence of steam. Find the quality of the groundwater as it enters the flash or water separator. The mass of return water is 10 million kilogram per hour. Yan, start tayo sa given. Ang given natin is mass ng groundwater and mass ng return water. Ang mass ng groundwater natin is 15 million kilogram per hour and 10 million kilogram per hour for the return water. Paano nga ba natin to isa-solve? Ito i-solve natin, solution. Gamitin natin ang solution mula dito sa mga formula. Ang formula na yun ay ayan, mgw or mass ng groundwater is equal to mass ng steam plus mass ng return water. Gagawin natin dyan, ang kailangan natin ay mass ng steam. So, mass ng steam is equal to mgw or mass ng groundwater minus mass ng return water. Ngayon, minus lang natin. 15 minus 10 kilogram per hour is equal to 5 million kilogram per hour. Yan, nakuha na natin ang mass ng steam. Ngayon, ang hahanapin kasi natin dito is the quality. Sabihin, ang nawawala is ang X2 or quality. Yan, para makuha natin to, kinailangan natin yung mass ng steam para magamit natin ang formula na mass ng steam is equal to quality tsaka mass ng groundwater. Ngayon, yan na natin. Mass ng steam. Tapos, lagyan natin yung mass ng steam. Kilogram per hour. Tsaka 15. Para to sa mass ng groundwater. Cancel lang. At ang makukuha nating sagot ay try natin ha. 5 na lang lagay natin. 5 over 15 para mabilis. 0.3333. So, ang sagot ay letter C.
Number 4. In a geothermal power plant, the mass of steam to the turbine throttle is 275 kg per second. The mass of the reinjected water is 25 kg per second. Determine the number of steam wells if the capacity well is 50 kg per second. So, first we will state the given. Sabi dito, yung mass daw ng steam to the turbine throttle is 275 kilograms. Meaning, yung from throttle, ayun yung mass ng natin. Mass ng okay. So, number 4. In a geothermal power plant, the mass of the steam to the turbine throttle is 275 kg per second. The mass of the reinjected water is 25 kg per second. Determine the number of steam wells if the capacity per well is 50 kg per second. So, una, state natin yung given. Sabi dito, the mass of the steam to the turbine throttle is 275 kilograms, meaning yung MS or mass of the steam is 275 kilograms. Then sabi naman dito is the mass of reinjected water o MRW is 25 kilograms per second. Yung capacity naman daw ng well is 50 kilograms per second. So using the formula, ito yung mass ng groundwater. Diba yung mass ng groundwater, nahati yun sa mass ng steam at mass ng reinjected water. Then yung formula naman ng sa steam wells, yung number ng steam wells, equals lang siya sa mass ng groundwater over capacity per well. So as we can see, yung mass ng groundwater, papalitan lang natin siya ng mass ng steam plus mass ng re-injected water. Then, ayun nga, 275 plus 25 kilograms per second over 50 kilograms per second is equals to 6. Therefore, we need 6 steam wells para maka-accommodate yung mass ng groundwater. So, number 5. Mass flow rate of groundwater in a geothermal power plant is 1,500,000 kg per hour, and the quality after throttling is 30%. Determine the break power of turbine if the change of enthalpy of steam at inlet and outlet is 100 kilojoules per kilogram. So, state lang natin yung given. So, mass daw ng groundwater in a geothermal power plant is 1,500,000 kilograms per hour. Then, the quality naman daw after the throttling is 30%, equals 0.30. Yung change in enthalpy naman daw, or H2 minus H1, is equals to 100 kilojoules per kilogram. So, by knowing this given, we know that mass of the steam is equals to the quality times the mass ng groundwater. Therefore, 0.30 times 1,500,000 kilograms over R. Then yung R, ika-cancel natin. Times natin siya sa 1 hour over 3,600 seconds para makancel yung R. Therefore, yung mass ng steam daw is 125 kilograms per second. So, sabi dito, hinahanap is the break power. So, since there are no efficiencies given, we can assume that water power, IP, break power, and EP are the same. Hence, we can calculate the water power. So, yung formula ng water power is mass ng steam times the change in enthalpy, or H2 minus H1. So, isa-substitute lang natin yung mass ng steam na 125 kilograms per second times 100 kilojoules per kilogram. Then, makakancel yung kilogram. Yung kilojoules over seconds is equals to kilowatt yun. Then, ika-cancel natin yung kilowatt by multiplying 1 megawatt over 1,000 kilowatt. Then, lalabas yung sagot na 12.5 megawatts. So, yun. Letter D yung tama.